good, everybody? Welcome in to the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not close. Now, today is one of those days, and do you know the one thing that I will never allow at this brand with this crew is to take a day off? Because if you're like me and you're like us, you're exhausted today. This was a long weekend. All the bets you win, all the bets you lose, but it takes a little something out of you. But sometimes you got to kick the door, knock it down, and say we do this 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Yesterday, a light day, but not a bad day at the brand. Profitable. What do we always say? Just trying to win more than we lose. But unlike other brands who get so tired of me picking on them, then change. Be better. Do more shows. Have more people. But until that happens, we will continue to be the standard. Bring in the stars of the show. You know them. You love them. They're all back today. There's Propstarz. There's Maestro. There's Counselor. Buckets. We don't do intros anymore. What are you doing?
Coach, I want to start off by saying that I appreciate you and everything you do for this brand. But this past weekend, you know what I did, Coach? I sat atop the Himalayan mountains and I spoke to the universe directly. And the universe sat me down and it said, Buckets, you have a purpose greater than you ever could have imagined. You know what that purpose was, Coach? It's to be the greatest soccer capper, not only for the brand, but in the universe. So I'm back. I'm here to stay. And I'm excited to take everybody on this journey to the pay window.
Sounds like somebody went to wherever Aaron Rodgers went to, if you know what I'm saying, boys. You know what I'm saying. Buckets, what happened to you in Vegas? Who is this? Oh.
It's who I was always meant to be, Coach.
Oh, stop it. It's not who you were always meant to be. You're driving me insane. All right. I can't worry about you. Himalayans. You were in Vegas. You were... Okay. Let's get into it. We got to do marquee matchups because tonight, and I guarantee you, somewhere deep down, as Sia likes to say, in places the NBA doesn't want to talk about, they do not want the Nuggets and Heat in the finals. But alas, that's exactly what they're going to get. It's 3-0. The Lakers are favored by 3 tonight. 224.5 is the final. Counselor, let's start with you. Are we fading or following the Lakers to stay alive and cover?
I'll say this, conspiracy theorists are not having a good week. I like the Lakers in this one. I mean, I think this is a different situation. When we're talking about 3 versus 0, the Celtics-Miami game, that is a completely different situation where the Celtics have gotten basically blown out for 3 games by an inferior team. I think these two teams are actually kind of equal here, and I expect this to lobby back to Denver. So I'm going to go with the Lakers here, -3. I think there's some regression in order, particularly with guys like Jamal Murray, with some of the Denver shooting, and with LeBron James, regression back to the mean where he shoots better and he plays a little bit better. So I think this is 3-1 back in Denver.
All right. I tend to agree with you, but it doesn't matter what I think. Propstarz, what are the mean streets telling you?
I tend to agree with both of you gentlemen as well. I do think that the Lakers are poised and positioned to potentially at least win one game. I don't expect them to get swept. I do think LeBron and AD can come together on those mountaintops like our boy Buckets was at the coast, at some peak in the Himalayas or the Mojave Desert. Who knows where Buckets was meditating? But I do think AD and LeBron can do enough to at least win one game in LA.
Just win one damn game. Maestro, where do you sit, sir?
I'm going the other way. I mean, they had an 11-point lead in game 2. LeBron misses a dunk. He misses a layups. And then they get Scott Foster in game 3. They get Jokic in foul trouble with some questionable calls, and they still can't close the deal because if you just watch the way the Nuggets play, 5 different guys making 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. Those are wide open looks. I know the guys are shooting great, but Bruce Brown, Jeff Green, KCP, Porter, Murray, Jokic, those guys are getting wide open threes. The Lakers have been game, not like the Celtics. They are fighting hard. They are playing the best they can, but I think they're running out of gas.
How about the Maestro? All the cool kids call him KCP. All the cool kids call him that. Raven Direct says, I wonder if they have to run these bits by each other or if it's just ad-libbed. Bits? You think this is contrived? You don't think this is real? Do you know my pain as the host of this brand? And you think this is not real? Buckets, are you fading or following the Lakers as a 3-point favorite?
I would like to first off say that I have transcended the need to do bits here when I'm looking for these picks. And I would like to say that I'm glad to hear that most of our chakras have aligned here, Coach, as I am also backing the Los Angeles Lakers. My flight had a slight layover in San Francisco, which some of you might know is in the same state as Los Angeles. See, I've learned. Back the Lakers here. I'd even take them on the spread at -3. It's their time to shine.
Sorry. So he picked the Lakers because he had a layover in San Francisco. Okay. It makes all the sense in the world. All right. As you know, and even Buckets was on a lot previous to the Vegas trip, we are taking over. We are everywhere from the morning to the evening. Where? Well, also right here.
Get breaking news.
Big news coming out of the NFL today.
Highlights and instant reactions.
The largest final round comeback in Ford championship history. We're down to the final 4.
I just want to take time to analyze greatness.
Talk winners and losers with a guy who's already a big winner. CBS Sports HQ. It's all sports all day long.
Brandon said it best. He said, God bless you, Coach, for dealing with buckets. Now, Apollo says buckets knowledge is ascending. Very good. I like how you did that. Now, this next little game we like to play, we've been cashing at quite the clip lately. But the first man ever to cash, I cannot make this up. If you are brand new to the brand, Buckets was the first person to ever hit this prop. So we'll get to him in a second. Maestro, why don't we start with you? Nolan Arenado, Matt Olson, and Luis Robert. Plus 250, plus 300, plus 350. Who is going yard today, sir?
I'm going with Luis Robert, homered 5 times in the last 9 games, gets to take a shot at Hunter Gaddis with the 6.86 ERA. And Luis Robert, he got in trouble. He didn't run out a ball. He said his hamstring was hurt. He was in the doghouse. He was swinging at a lot of bad pitches. He is being very selective now. He's pitches to hit, and he's just on fire right now. I'm going to take him at plus 350.
Okay, plus 350, the best number, which is what we really, really like. Counselor, I'm coming to you. Who are you picking?
The St. Louis Cardinals are getting very hot. Nolan Arenado is getting very hot, and he gets to face Williamson, who's just a young pitcher that I think is going to be needed, fit for a neck brace after this one. I think Nolan Arenado goes deep. I don't mind the number of plus 250. It's a little short, but I don't mind that number.
He actually went to school out here, and he has a lot of baseball academy. He's a big deal right here in Southern California. I didn't realize that before I moved here. I really didn't. All right, Proppy, coming back to you. Who are we going with today, sir?
Let's go Matt Olson playing against Gavin Stone, making his second career start in the majors. I also think there's some synergy considering his last name is Stone, and Buckets was meditating with quite a few crystals and stones over the weekend.
As Liddy Sims says, Coach, how are we to take Buckets seriously? Liddy Sims, here's a little known secret that all the dudes from 1970 and 1980 don't want you to know. You can have fun doing this. It's allowed. You don't have to be serious all the time. And with that being said, Buckets, Jorge Soler is not on this screen right now. Who are you picking for this particular prop?
Coach, it is just so difficult to choose between 3 of my favorite baseball players in the entire league here, so I'm not going to choose just one. I'm taking all 3 of these players to go yard, Coach. I might even put a little bit of a sprinkle on the parlay together here because I love Nolan Arenado, Matt Olson, and Luis Robert equally here.
You had to bring up EC. You want to play the EC special and pick the prop? Is that what you want to do?
Perhaps.
That little stunt you pulled on Friday or whenever EC got to host, don't think I haven't remembered that. Don't think I haven't remembered that. Very, very short list for you. All right. All kidding aside, it's time to get to our board. And we are fired up today for this particular board. But there's so many things that are exploding at CBS. And so many things that we're going to be a part of. Like my new favorite thing to say. Galazzo!
Phenomenal! Absolutely magisterial here!
Artigliere del campionato brasileiro. Colpisce ancora! Golazo!
Well, Brian says, I love some Buckets BS in the morning. Well, if you watch Galazzo, you're going to see that BS all over that channel too. All right. Now, yesterday, first 5 Sia. It was a push.
Mm-hmm.
It was a push. I know you're not happy with that. I know that doesn't sit well with you. So I don't want to waste any more time this morning. You, sir, have the floor.
Yeah, well, we haven't lost one of these in a little while now. Nice streak before the push. And by the way, you got the push yesterday, but you got Brooks Koepka, which was mentioned on this very show on Friday morning and tweeted out at 46-1 as your PGA Championship winner. So all was not lost or pushed yesterday on Sunday. I got the Rangers first 5 here at the Pirates. Now it's a Monday. It's a travel day. Those I'm typically kind of lukewarm with, but what I'm not lukewarm with is the pitching matchup here. Dane Dunning has been very good. His last 4, he's faced 4 really good teams, or at least 3 really good bats. The Yankees, the Angels, the Mariners, and the Braves. And in that stretch, 20 innings, 5 earned runs. Again, these are very good hitting teams. He hasn't allowed a home run all year. On the other side of it, the Pirates, they're offering up Luis Ortiz, who has not been solid. In just 2 games, 5 innings against the Rockies. That wasn't in Colorado. That was in Pittsburgh. 3 innings against the Tigers. And in that 2-game stretch, 14 hits and 5 earned runs. Add the fact that the Rangers, Corey Seager likely in the lineup unless he somehow gets the day off, but he's been back since last Wednesday. He's been mashing it. This whole lineup mashes it. Seager's back. They were already really good. They've got the good pitching matchup. There's a little juicier at -140, but honestly, if the Rangers were at home here, which I don't really give a huge edge home or away, if the Rangers were at home, this would probably be -170. So we're still getting value in this number. Love the pitching matchup. Love the bats. Give me the Rangers first 5 money line -140.
And I love the take. Excuse me. Love that take. That's how you get things started. Thank you, counselor. By the way, Jason says, I knew Brooks was going to hit because I didn't get the chance to bet it. That sucks, Jason. The only thing that made me feel better about paying, I had to pay EC $400. True story. I gave him 4-1 on a showdown, and he hit it. He hit it. But I was more than happy to do that because, Sia, I had a plus 4,400 ticket after I paid him the $400, and I bet $100 on it. So I like to spread the wealth to those less fortunate than the rest of us. You're welcome, EC. You're welcome. Now, with that being said, your new little compatriot, your new little partner in crime, your new little, all you guys are talking behind my back. I'll get to the bottom of that, but I need something fire today. We're getting to the end buckets of the soccer season, the soccer year. A lot of teams are tired. A lot of teams are trying to figure out, do I want to play or do I not want to play? It's a light schedule, but there is stuff out there. Where are we going today?
Coach, it should come without question that we are going to our favorite league once again as we boil down to the end of this season. Serie A. Just the value is too nice in this matchup between Empoli and Juventus because, as you mentioned, we're starting to look for the teams that actually care and want to play and the teams that have already checked out and are going to rotate starters because they have nothing left to play for. Empoli is one of these clubs that has nothing left to play for. They could lose the rest of their games by 70 goals, and they're not going to get relegated, and they're not going to finish in the top 6. They could win the rest of their games by 70 goals. Same thing. They can't move up. They can't move down. They're pretty much just dead in the water for the rest of the season. So we might not even see them play their starting 11 and risk injury here. Meanwhile, they host Juventus, where if Juventus wins the match today, they qualify for Champions League next year, no matter what. This is a must-win for the better team, and the worst team just doesn't care. We expect Juventus to come out and to come out early in this match, going for quick goals so they can park the bus and rest here. Taking Juventus over 0.5 goals team total in the first half at -120 for the Serie A matchup at 2:45 this afternoon.
Repeat that last part. Juventus is motivated. Why?
Juventus is motivated because if they win today, they qualify for Champions League no matter what.
Which for each team in every league around the world is the most important thing, yes?
Yes, absolutely.
There you go. Educate and entertain, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag knowledge is power. Thank you, Buckets. Now, Proppy. Game 3. Our big man in the middle hit a triple-double. But all the numbers didn't exactly match up, and he didn't quite get to his point total, which irked me too. And I know it irked you. And I like an irked Propstarz. That's the most dangerous of the Propstarz. You're up.
All right, Coach. We're going right back to the well with Nikola Jokic going over 26.5 points. Listen, I know we took the same prop game 3. Ultimately, as Coach mentioned, it burned us, but I have a good feeling he's going to be aggressive tonight and score. There is a blueprint to beat these Nuggets, and that is basically daring Nikola Jokic to shoot, not double-teaming him, focusing on his other 4 teammates, which I think we're going to see today. I think we're also going to see the Lakers go to an adjustment where they're going to play Rui Hachimura on Jokic, allow Anthony Davis to play off ball and roam, essentially dare Jokic to score as much as possible. Jokic just wants to be a playmaker. He's such a gifted passer. His first read is typically to get his teammates involved. So it's sometimes hard for him to score, but we've obviously seen him in these playoffs. On the road, he's averaging 34 points per game, was absolutely phenomenal in the series against Phoenix in both road games. We have seen these other Nuggets starters also not perform quite as well on the road. So I think the scoring load is going to be largely shouldered by Jokic today. We're also getting a 2-point discount compared to game 3. So give me Nikola Jokic over 26.5 points tonight.
I'm trying to figure out, because you remember when Devin Booker did the post-game press conference, and he basically said everything you just said. We'll let him score 50. We don't care. We'll just figure out everybody else. I don't know why the Lakers haven't tried that yet, but maybe tonight's the night. But you figured that out. Well done, Proppy. Well done. Now, we've arrived. And when we get on Mondays and I get the Maestro on the show, I never know what to expect, because this is the end of our week, because we do things different, because we've been here together since day freaking 1 in December of 2020, and we're not about to stop now. So, Maestro, I need not 1, 2 fire picks. You're up.
I got 2 MLB props I really love tonight, starting with Nathaniel Lowe, hitting third in what is the best lineup in baseball right now for the Texas Rangers, and a great matchup against Luis Ortiz of the Pirates, who's really struggling with his command. His velocity is down a little bit. He's walked 5 guys in 8 innings. I just love the spot when you get 9 innings for sure for the visiting team. I think we're going to get 5 at-bats minimum for Nathaniel Lowe. And here's the stat. The last 13 times the Rangers have won the game, he has cleared this prop 12 times. And the only time he didn't, he hit a triple, and he just somehow didn't score that game. I just love Nathaniel Lowe, kind of under the radar despite how good he is. He has an 856 OPS against right-handed pitching. And then this is something that Big Cheesy already talked about. I can't believe he stole this. Freddie Freeman over 1.5 total bases back in Atlanta, plus 110 on DK. I'm seeing different numbers elsewhere. Gets to face Charlie Morton. He's 8 of 15 lifetime, 2 homers, 2 doubles against Morton. And what did he do against his former team last year? He went 8 of 23 with the slugging up near 700. So Freddie Freeman likes to rake against the Braves. I'll go over 1.5 total bases.
See, I'm conflicted, Maestro, because you give Big Cheesy all the credit in the world. He could have got this pick an hour ago. If you're a SportsLine member, you get all the picks an hour before the show. But I'll do you a solid right here, right now. Use the promo code early. I'll give you 30 days for free. You can try everybody, all the cappers, all the analysis, all the articles, everything. Now, we say that Big Cheesy is smart, but then he writes something like this. I vote EC for Early Edge Capper of the Month, hashtag Cohenhead. Maybe the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Buckets. They're asking if Juventus over 1.5 team totals for the entire game would be something that you would lean into.
I would lean into, because my score prediction for this game is either 2-0 or 3-0 Juventus here, Coach.
Okay. Very, very good. All right. I'm trying to see if there's anything else we missed. Anybody else I'm going to block besides Big Cheesy? No. All right. We're good. We're good. We're good. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. Here's the recap, courtesy of the Snake, always on the 1s and the 2s. Maestro, 2 big plays today. Nathaniel Lowe, over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Freddie Freeman, over 1.5 total bases. The counselors on the Rangers, first 5 money line, minus 140. Juventus, first half team total, over 0.5 goal. And then Propstarz, Jokic, over 26.5 points, minus 115. And real quick, I need the 5 shot, not just the 1 shot. Really quick story that I think is really cool. And me and Sia are all over the early wedge. We love golf. Yesterday, Michael Block, the story that overtook the entire tournament. Sia, do you know that my son's first teacher just left 6 months ago? That course where Michael Block teaches is 10 minutes from where I'm sitting right now. And he is now his assistant at that course. My son's first golf coach. So we were texting yesterday. They had the big block party in their thing. It was one of the coolest stories I've ever seen. Did you appreciate it, Sia?
I did appreciate it. The story just kept getting better and better. It almost looked like it wasn't real. It felt actually surreal. So I'm just so happy for the guy. I mean, he gets to play next week, a tournament we're going to be breaking down Tuesday at 3:00. Just really impressive stuff. It's just a story that we're never going to see again. I just don't think anybody at a major is going to contend in the same way that Michael Block is going to contend. It was just every single day it was something new from him. Super impressive. What's not impressive, Coach, is Tay Mula says, Sia, first 5 have not been hitting lately. 3 in a row before yesterday's push. I don't know where you've been, buddy. Sorry. What are we even doing here? Where did that come from? What are we doing?
It's the biggest thing that drives me insane. Because we do this every single day. We know who's hot and who's not. But guess what? Even if he was cold, why are you writing that? I don't even know what possesses you to write this stuff. But alas, I am running the biggest block party in sports betting. So you're welcome. Let him know when you get there that I said hello. All right. Now, do not forget later today, it is not the EC show, but he will be there on Early Edge in 5 at 4 p.m. Eastern time. More best bets for the night in sports. We got you covered top to bottom, left to right. With all that being said, another good show to start your work week. We're ending ours, and there's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, Lobo, Maestro, Counselor, Proppy, Buckets, Snake, always behind the scenes on the ones and the twos. I am simply the coach, just trying to keep this train on said track. We grind for you so we can win with you. It's what we're all about. Have a great day at the Early Edge. Good luck.